Hey guys, welcome back to another review of WandaVision. This is episode 6, the Halloween Spooktacular review. Today I actually have Will here with me and Matt. So both versions of the same person are here this time. And we have a hand puppet with us. What'd you guys think of episode 6 of WandaVision?
It was good. It was interesting. The final few episodes or few minutes were pretty shocking, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next few episodes. But I really did enjoy this episode.
Oh yeah, Matt, you weren't here last week, so what did you think of Pietro coming back?
I mean,
I,
I
I
know we talked about it, me and you. We talked on the phone. I knew it was coming,
mhm.
just because I saw him in the casting list. Everything just added up. So when it happened, I wasn't shocked, but I'm excited and I'm enjoying the character in the show so far.
Okay, Will, what'd you think of episode 6?
Um, the first thing is as soon as it started, I was like, "Oh, this is Malcolm in the Middle," and then the next thing was, "Wait, they're running out of decades." Like we know this is supposed to be right after Endgame. That's 2024, right? Is Mephisto
2023?
that?
This is
23? It's
3.
supposed to be like a couple years after where we are now, obviously in the real world.
Yeah.
But they're running out of decades. They're in the 90s right now.
Well, no,
So
they're not in the 90s. They're in the 2000s. Malcolm in the Middle was
this
2000s.
this screamed 90s to me. I don't know why.
Malcolm was 2000s, right?
Yeah, but they were 80s, and then she skipped ahead.
Yeah, she like skipped to the 2000s. It was weird.
This
The
screamed
only
90s to
thing
me. I don't know why.
The only thing I could think about during that opening credits was Zeke and Luther. I don't know if anyone else remembers that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It gave me that vibe. I don't know why, but
Well, when I first saw them with the kids and everything, I got Full House vibes.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And Full House, I believe, was 90s, right?
Yeah.
It
Full
was
House
like
was
early 90s, right? It
And
wasn't
then I think
late.
then it started
was
giving
it?
the Malcolm vibes, yeah?
Hey, hand
Yeah,
puppet, come up
I
here.
first thing I got the Full House feel, and then Malcolm. No, Full House was actually 87, the first one.
Oh, really?
I mean,
1987
it
to
went,
1995.
yeah, but it went into the 90s, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could have skipped a decade. I mean, who's really keeping track? They could have skipped a decade to show how unstable it's getting. Because instead of the normal consistency of the decades changing, she lost. It was getting more inconsistent because she's getting more unstable. So maybe that's why I just jumped ahead a little bit too much.
No, you guys are right. Malcolm was 2000, January 9, 2000 to 2006. Or you
So-
know what? Maybe no one liked the 90s. We're just going to skip them. No, don't worry about it.
Well, I feel like Full House was kind of 90s, and like same with Malcolm, it kind of gave a 90s vibe. Like, I don't
The
know.
beginning seemed 90s, and as the thing went on, it felt more 2000, like early 2000s, like a lot of the Nickelodeon or Disney Channel shows we grew up with.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love that intro. I love that intro so much, and that just like started with it.
It's so misleading too because that last episode was really morbid. Like that's such a wholesome intro, and then that episode, a lot of morbid stuff happened. Like a lot. Like you have the dog.
That's the last episode.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the Halloween episode.
Yeah, that's.
The dog didn't die in the Halloween episode.
Dog
Yeah,
died last
that-
episode?
I thought.
Yeah.
Episodes?
Yeah, it was last episode.
They're all running together. That's what happens when you binge watch it.
Yeah, this is what happens when someone doesn't watch it week to week like we did.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things that I enjoyed about this episode. Like, not everyone would notice, but the term kick-ass was great because both of them were both in it. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Evan Peters. I liked the mom tattoo.
Right?
That was
Dude, that's what I was like. Why does he have that?
he actually literally has a mom tattoo, but they changed the M to double capitals. I'm pretty sure it's for Multiverse of Madness, which is a nice little
nod towards the future.
Yeah, a little nod to what's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are two things I noticed. Like in the first thing, I was like, okay, that's very nice to have.
I love like he really embraces the whole like older brother vibe for the kids, but then he also is just like the loser brother. of
Yeah.
Wanda that just lives at the house and crashes for a bit.
Or as was it Tommy? No, Billy calls him man-child. That was good too.
One thing I realized is when what Tommy's talking to the camera or Billy? Is it Billy?
Billy is the one who's talking.
Yeah, Billy's the one
Tommy
talking
is
to the
feeding,
camera.
Billy is Wyken, yeah.
Yeah, Billy's talking to the camera on the couch, and Pietro looks straight at the camera.
Yeah.
So, like, I know we've been on like this fence, like, is it him? Is it not him? It seems like Wanda doesn't have control over him either, right? Because
It
she has.
seems interesting. Like after this episode, I actually like did a lot more digging into little things and a lot like that. And it seems like in the later episode where he says, I remember like getting gunned down in the street and then waking up and having you hear me, and that's when I knew you need me or whatever. That seems very interesting because we don't know, because Wanda doesn't know, obviously know how the original Quicksilver died, but she wasn't physically there,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So her interpretation could be that's how she sees it, which is really interesting. And then obviously later in the episode, we see him die, and we see like all the shots and the death and all that stuff. And then later, when he says he can't die twice, she yeets him into like the fake cemetery. It's very nice, like
Yeah.
foreshadowing or like storytelling, which was nice.
So I guess we should get this out of the way right now. In that episode when we saw Vision's corpse, I really thought it was like the reality breaking and her seeing him as he was. Now I think it's just her trauma hitting, and that's just what she remembered of him last. So that's what she saw. And I think that's why we saw Pietro like that. Because
Yeah.
it's weird that he was just all bloody and shot up. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, he's not dead. The X-Men Quicksilver is not dead.
That's what I thought was weird. It didn't flash to her actual brother's face as dead. It was him as he was dead.
Yeah.
Why didn't it flash to the actual, not recasted Pietro? You know?
So yeah, it seems more like a trauma thing than actually showing us what's happening. Because he's just like, oh yeah, you're not okay.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why is he there? Because like he says, he heard her call him. You know? Like, he's like, I came because you called me. But she's like, well, I didn't call you. So, I think that's where I'm stuck. Like, what's going on with him?
You know what I'm curious about?
What?
In X-Men, I don't know which timeline they're following for this X-Men, but I know there's one where the X-Men Wanda dies. So I'm wondering if it's like coping for him too. Is his Wanda gone? And her Pietro's gone? So is it like double coping? Is that why he's so gung-ho about it? Is that why he's so, like, even though he's obviously not under like total mind control, because he makes that, like you said, that quick quip about your husband can't die again? I'm wondering, did something happen to his Earth's Wanda? Like,
Well, my thing is, like, how's he know so much?
well, I think she's implanting memories.
Yeah.
know?
I think the
Because
reason
that's why
why
it's so loose.
I think the face is just a face of maybe he was somewhere in that town already. And I think she's implanting all the memories, if that makes sense.
So kind of like a Wonder Woman 80.
Yeah. Yeah, just implanting what she already knows, or what she would think they would be talking about, obviously.
But then there's also the issue where he says, remember when we were little, and he says a story, and she's like, I don't remember it like that. So then
It could be, yeah.
Wouldn't it be accurate still? Like, is he winging it some of the time?
It could be he's winging it, or it could be because we never really knew in his story if there was a Wanda.
Well, he has a sister.
He has an older sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says go bug your sister.
Yeah, but there's not we don't know who's the characters, we don't know the story behind it, like we don't know what happened after all the X-Men movies. So it could be that. It's very interesting though.
Well, I find it weird if they had a Quicksilver that's Magneto's son, but then the sister wouldn't be Wanda, because that's like the dynamic.
Yeah, the idea is Magneto is Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's dad. Yeah, in the House of M. Yeah. So it's really interesting the fact that we know in this universe Scarlet Witch is made from the Mind Stone, but then in Quicksilver he's Magneto's son. So it's really interesting to see those two dynamics. I'm gonna say clash because it's really funny. They clash, but they're only clashing over how is Quicksilver Quicksilver. It's not like, oh, how is Scarlet Witch? It's like, oh, we know how Scarlet Witch is. We're trying to figure out how Quicksilver is, how he is.
And Quicksilver even mentions how her power is like a lot stronger. Like he says, you went from
like giving people nightmares
to changing. Basically, it's like taking a whole town. You know, like he even says that. He says, "I'm impressed."
So that's why I'm so confused. Like, is this the MCU Quicksilver
reskin?
Yeah. Like, is his brain, like, is his mind stuck in the body with Evan Peters Quicksilver from that Fox universe? Like,
fighting for dominance?
Like, he was pulled in to this reality, but given the sentience of him. So, like, they're sharing the same body. Which would be interesting. But it's
I don't know how. I feel like he's gonna start mouthing off more now because since she had to do her little expansion, she's gonna, like I said, it's gonna become even more unstable. So is he? If that's true, if it's like split personality, is the other Quicksilver gonna start being able to like take over? You know?
Well, I just want to know how he knows everything. How does he know Vision's dead? How does he know?
Because Wanda knows, and Wanda's manipulating him.
Yeah, I think that's the reason.
Yeah, because Quicksilver wouldn't know Vision's dead because he died in Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
and plus this is the wrong Quicksilver.
I would like to think that this is the Fox's Quicksilver through the multiverse in Westview being controlled by Scarlet, but because she has the natural soft spot for her dead brother, all these memories and stories are coming up through.
Yeah, and he has more like freedom of speech than the other ones that are controlled too.
Yeah.
Like she almost can't bring herself to fully control him, because then it's a complete lie, you know. She wants to believe that he's
him and Vision are the other ones who are like very much.
Yeah, they could speak against her. Like they could say stuff she doesn't want to hear, while everyone else is like "Howdy doody, neighbor," and they just go. Doo, 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 doo.
I'm so torn, because I was talking to one of my other friends, and he's like, I have a feeling he might be Mephisto. And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think Kevin Feige would bring in Evan Peters as Quicksilver just to pull a fast one on us and make him the villain.
Yeah, because then you just junked the whole like future of this Quicksilver.
Yeah.
How would he be fast though, you know?
Exactly.
Like he's literally, and then dude, her kids, they have powers. Like it's so weird how she would give one of her kids Quicksilver's powers as well, you know?
Like well, in the comics, their kids are Speed, and I'm going to say Wyken. I know it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. Like,
yeah, in the comics, they have it, which was really nice when they both came back, and Billy gets more visions while Tommy gets basically the next Quicksilver is what you're going to be described. So when they ran off and they came back, it was a very nice nod.
It's strange though because he wasn't born with speed, right? Quicksilver, like the one from her, like Wanda's Pietro. They were experimented on, right?
Experimented on by the Mind Stone, yeah.
So it's not like a genetic thing. So why would the kid have speed? It has to be something Wanda did, right? Like bestowed it on him or something.
Well, like supposedly the stone activated powers in them. So maybe by her having kids, the powers were just transferred.
Yeah, her
so she like gave the kids powers because she has the energy of the Mind Stone.
I guess.
I personally, this is completely changed the topics. I would very much like, because the way House of M worked was she created this alternate universe and she basically had like half the Avengers and basically all the X-Men just basically like, all right, we got to kill her. Like, let's just go do that. Let's just, it's the only thing we can do, right? And then she basically wipes out like 1,000 mutants from like the next X amount of years and leaves like 100. It'd be really interesting if they flipped that in the House of M, because we know when Monica went in twice, her whole cells changed.
Yeah.
So I would like this to bring in the mutants. That'd be a very nice segue, super easy, because then you wouldn't really know. You'd have to find everyone in the next couple years of who's been in the hex, quote unquote, and all of them, depending on how long or how like main character ish they would be your next mutants for whatever you want to write them in.
That'd be interesting, her creating mutants, because I'm pretty sure in one of the comic books she gets rid of all mutants, doesn't she?
Yeah, House
Yeah,
of
House
M.
of them.
Yeah, that'd
House
be
of them, she
interesting
wipes them basically.
for her for trauma. It'd be interesting if they spin it for her trauma to cause mutants instead of get rid of them, because mutants, like I guess mutants, yeah, in her world don't exist yet, right?
Yeah, there's no mutants.
Yeah,
that
there's
we
no
know.
mutants in the Marvel
they just
movies
there
yet.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one thing when they signed Fox and Marvel, when Marvel first started with Iron Man, they're like, you can't say this and we can't say this, but we can dance around them. And like the word mutants and X-Men and Avengers were like the
banned.
three words
Yeah.
we can't. Yeah, you can have, but you can't say this, we can't say that, we can say this, you can't say that. It was like one of those things.
Matt, what do you think about Pietro and all this jazz?
Whoever said this might create mutants, I think that's definitely going to happen. I think this whole reality she created and this whole like blockade or portal or whatever you want to call it is creating mutants. Does Darcy have powers in the comics?
I don't think so.
Don't remember.
Because she just got pulled in.
Yeah, she got pulled in.
But remember, she said she's seen all kind of cells, like she's seen them in remission and everything. Is this gonna give her cancer like her mom?
So Monica Rambeau is
Wait,
in the comics, the next Captain Marvel, but she goes by something else.
do you think? Wait, sorry. Do you think what's her name from Thor? The first two Thors is
Jane
going to be
Foster?
Do you think that's how she gets the cancer? Do you think she's introduced in this series?
I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see Jane Foster at all in this show.
I would highly, yeah, it's
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know.
it'd be hard to me to imagine that Natalie Portman's coming back for a Disney Plus show for 3 seconds when she's most likely getting a whole.
Oh my god, her friend got put in.
Yeah,
Darcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. Darcy just clicked. Yeah, it just clicked for me. Darcy, I was like, holy crap.
I think it's fucked that they kept her tied to the
What if she comes in and she's
car.
What if she comes out and she's dumb now?
No, I love Darcy. I hope I don't know. Darcy in the comics isn't really a superhero in any shape, way,
Maybe
shape, or
they'll
form.
make her a superhero though.
They might make her something, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to follow comics, you know.
They can
They've
twist it
changed
up.
things a couple times already.
Because
Yeah,
I
they could
mean, they did an interview with Kat Dennings the other day, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm already signed on for a couple more Marvel projects. Like this is the last you're gonna see of me."
Yeah.
So
It's possible they could do something with her. I mean, it's Marvel. Like they've changed so much already.
who do you think this aerospace engineer they're gonna go meet is? Because
We know it's the key.
Monica said he.
And the internet went Reed Richards, 100%, yada yada yada. And I'm sitting here like, if I'm right, this brings mutants. Reed Richard, aerospace. The next thing they go into space, they run into the storm, they get all this shit. You're like, okay, I could see it. And then I'm trying to think of anyone else, and everyone in my like head in the Marvel universe, I'm like, the only person I could think of would be Riri Williams, which would be Ironheart.
Yeah.
But then she said he. And I'm sitting here like, there's no other he's that come to mind.
Like I was thinking maybe Victor Von Doom, but I don't even think he's that, right?
I don't think he is, but I mean, it's also like I think Von Doom.
So I swear to God, if next episode we see Reed Richards.
Well, did we even see her hex stop expanding? Did it stop? Was it going even into like credits? Because they were driving away from it still, right? Did it stop?
No, I think
moving?
yeah, it stopped. I think.
I believe it
Okay.
stopped. Yeah, I think it stopped after it yoinked
believe-
the sword pop
Yeah.
up.
I can't
Cyclone.
believe it didn't stop after touching Vision.
Yeah,
It
like
just kept going. Like, I thought she was gonna sense that it put Vision back in and stop, but she just did not care.
Yep, she's just gonna
Well,
slurp up
'cause-
and change and make a circus where the
Yeah, because what Billy kept saying, like there's like people with guns, so I think she went, I'm just gonna take them out right now.
I mean, she warned him.
She did. She told them stop messing around. So she didn't give a shit anymore. She's like, nope, you're gone. You'll be clowns in my circus. But yeah, I think it's weird that they didn't show Darcy. They showed Vision after he got hit by the portal. They showed Darcy getting hit by the portal, but not after. But then they showed the Sword headquarters turning into a whole circus with clowns. And then, of course, Jimmy and Monica got away. So
it could be Victor Von Doom, as I'm starting to do a little more research, like the stuff that's already in my head. It would make sense because then in the Young Avengers, which is basically Billy trying to find his mom because he realized, hey, my powers are funky. Let's not change reality. That'd be great. Thanks. And then they go into the Young Avengers. I think it's Children's Crusade. Yeah. And then Doctor Doom is also connecting Mephisto through X amount of things.
is he an aerospace
Already
engineer
been
though?
teased. What?
Is he an aerospace engineer though?
I don't think so. But
Okay,
also
so
the
then
same
it's not
time,
him then.
yeah.
So I think it's.
If it's Reed Richards, it's Reed Richards.
I think the biggest thing is who is it? Like if it's Reed Richards, who is it gonna be?
Basically, who is the actor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything but the reboot they did. None of them.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yes. I don't think. If there's anything I want, this is not. I'm thinking now of Fantastic Four. I just want Michael Chiklis back as the Thing. I don't know why.
That's your one requirement.
It's like if we're gonna keep one thing,
did Captain America stop being Captain America so he could be the Human Torch?
Yes, and that's the other thing. I really would like Chris Evans to come back as a Human Torch, and when their next big team up, he just walks in, and everyone who's been there and knows Captain America just looks at each other like,
Cap?
Yeah, just look like, huh? That would be
just
cool.
Goes flame on.
That's gonna hit Falcon pretty hard.
Yeah, he just walks past Falcon. Hey man, what's going on? And just the double take.
Are you?
That would be good.
Falcon's like on your left, and he's like, "Who are you?"
He's all confused. Yeah.
What's on my left?
Yeah. On
You
your
know
left.
what I'm wondering?
Right? What?
So her kids are real.
It seems like it, yeah.
They're like, she said she gave birth to them. Those are her kids. Now my thing is like the outfit that Rambo was wearing was the Kevlar that was like shifted into looking like those clothing. So she's taking matter and changing it.
Yeah, she's changing reality.
Now, yeah, but she's not creating new matter. She's changing matter that's already there.
Yes.
So my question is, did she have to kill off somebody to create her kids? Because she had to take living matter and turn it into other living matter? Did she murk two people to create her kids?
Well, what if it's not Vision?
What?
What if it's not actually Vision?
But it is, because we saw him deteriorating like his corpse. They said she took his corpse.
But what if she took a dude and put the metal on him?
Around it?
Yeah. And said, hey, you're Vision now.
Is that why he doesn't remember anything before it? Because he said he doesn't remember anything before.
So you're saying that she walked in, and as he said, she felt like complete emptiness, and yoinked a house, and everyone in that house she moved, and or murked, yoinked the kids, and now rewriting their cellular structure, but kept the husband, but possibly not the wife if they had a wife, and then put all the vibranium around the man, and then change the way it's too much for me.
Because Quicksilver said, hey, you did your best trying to keep families and couples together, right? He said trying. Is the one that she didn't do the family she has?
She just put herself into? I can also see I could see that she found the one single dad in the place or whatever with 2 boys and just yoinked them, just like, "I'm your mom now."
What if this is the witness protection dude? What if this is the dude Jimmy's looking for?
That- Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that'd actually probably be like the best thing.
Oh, maybe that's why the metal was chipping off, because underneath it's gonna be a dude. Maybe that's why it wasn't just him reverting back into a corpse, and the metal was like chipping off of him.
Do we just 5-head, just 5,000
Just
IQ?
figure it out.
That's what I'm saying, like, because she's changing matter, not creating it. So, like,
Being
what the hell did they get?
Hey, listen, my brain went. Don't demonetize me, YouTube. Sperm, egg, babies. Vision doesn't have that.
Vision's
Vision's got
metal.
none of those.
Vibranium's cool stuff, but I don't think it can do sperm.
So my
Yeah.
brain went, it's an actual dude who now looks like Vision with like Vision's body like armor around him.
Vision skin suit. If we're
Yes,
gonna
he's in
try
a
to
he's
get
in a
monetized
Vision
by
skin
YouTube.
suit. He's in a Vision skin suit. And that sounds worse. And then they add kids, and then Jimmy's like, I still don't know what a person is. Well, it's Vision, and Vision's the dude who's in witness protection, who's now been taken over by Wanda and made to be Vision. And then at the end of the show, we're gonna find out it's him, because the reality's gonna break. Vision's gonna die, and the dude's just gonna be laying there and wake up and be like,
Dude, and
"What's
she
going on?"
aged the kids. Are the kids gonna revert back to babies?
Well, I don't think the kids.
Or the kids
She-
just gonna be there?
Well, she didn't age the kids. The kids aged themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
I think the kids,
But
the
how?
age they are now, they're gonna stay the whole series. I think they were this age, and then when they had to use the kids instead of leaving them wherever the hell they were, they started them at babies, and because they aged so fast, it was Wanda not being able to like keep them as like the 2-month-olds or whatever they were.
Yeah.
they were
And
gonna
they
try
had
to age
force
again,
keep
though.
their
Remember?
stuff up.
Yeah, they were gonna try and age again when the dog died.
And then
Yeah,
she's
they
like,
were
no.
trying to.
And then she hypocritically said, nah, you can't run away from these feelings.
You can't bring back dead
Pan
people.
to the
Yeah, you
fake
can't bring back
universe
dead
you just
people.
made.
Yeah, I think these are the ages they're gonna stay. So I think this is the age, because I know this next Marvel thing is just hard pushing Young Avengers.
Well,
It's
maybe
like
they'll
almost
be
like
16.
force feeding Young Avengers.
Maybe they'll be 16 by the end of the show then.
Vision skin suit's the most morbid thing I've heard, but
I just really want to see if someone else would say it.
Vision skin suit.
Because tell
Oh,
me I'm wrong.
God.
It's basically, with your theory, that's basically what.
I'm not saying no, I'm just, yikes.
Yeah.
So, another thing that Glen brought up right before we started recording was Agnes faking it in the car? That she
Dude,
was like
Agnes
in a
is
trance?
darkness. It's literally they just put it right in her face.
She's literally wearing a witch costume. In
Yeah.
the in the 70s episode, she had witch shoes on. It's like they're just telling us, hey, this is
Yeah.
Agatha Harkness, and we're like, I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I need more proof.
I need more. I gotta wait for 2 more episodes. Yeah, I honestly, it's really hard not to. Like, she
why
could have
would
been trying to shit disturb, but then she got sucked in here, so now she's like trying to fight it, which is why I think she was stuck at the stop sign.
well, like, why was she right at the edge of the world?
I think she was trying to get out, and then it just
Trying
like,
to, she was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
and then she just couldn't. She couldn't muster up enough strength to get out yet.
Yeah,
But now that it's expanded and it's flimsier, who knows what's gonna happen?
yeah,
Because it shows how hard lack of control she has at the edge already, where people are just like there.
yeah. They're just there. They're not doing anything.
And now
they're
that now that it's basically, let's just call it double size, like, are people on the edge just like not going to be controlled at all?
Are they gonna die because of Yo Magic?
They're going to starve to death, dude.
yeah, yo, magic. You can have it, but you can't open it.
Oh my god, that could have been a metaphor.
No,
Because
you know what? Did nobody else realize that?
dude, I was saying like, oh, it's like because the dude died, and I was saying, oh, it's because because Vision can't survive without her magic, like yo magic. But I guess that's just a straight up metaphor thrown in the face.
I noticed. I literally saw that as soon as the guy gave it to her, and there was no and he tried to open it, and then he just aged him oh, the kid's Vision, and the shark is Wanda. Like that's the biggest, easiest metaphor I've ever seen in my life.
But the shark says he's feeding off of yo magic. So what if the shark is the villain and yo magic is Wanda's magic, and then that's how Vision's trying to stay alive, but without it he's dead. And the shark's just straight up telling Wanda, hey, I can't live without
you.
you.
A toll on Wanda. Because she just doubled. I wonder if it's going to start really taking a toll on her physically. Like, are we going to see the cliche nosebleed?
The Stranger Things nosebleed?
Yeah,
nosebleed, oh my god. Probably.
It happened in Fantastic Four, too, when she tried to overuse her force field, her nose. Are we going to see a cliche nosebleed? Or are we going to see some really messed up things? Like, are we going to see some eyes bleeding?
Though I don't think we're going to see eyes bleeding.
Hair turn different color. Let's just go full,
oh my god.
Let's see. Hair different color. Skin deteriorating. What else have we seen? I'm trying to think of what else. I don't think anything else. I think I remember.
You telling me eyes not bleeding, but they've literally showed Pietro like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
No, the eyes bleeding's too much. Hand to Pietro, glossed over eyes,
bullet hole.
Holier than thou.
Yeah. Also, Vision with a giant hole in his head.
Yeah, like my husband and his indestructible head.
Kind of.
Just a little bit. It's made vibranium, you know. Yeah, I feel like I just have so many more questions after this episode than answers.
Yeah, we didn't get a whole lot of answers. I do like the original comic, quote unquote, accurate costumes. It's quite nice that they just played those off at the beginning.
I like that Tommy was wearing the same costume as Quicksilver.
Well, they didn't really say what Vision was.
Mexican
He's
wrestler.
a stoplight.
Oh, no, he was a Mexican wrestler.
Oh no.
How do you not remember Chili Con Carne? And I was like, oh my god. I've never,
I thought that was just a joke.
That you were British than in that moment.
I thought that was just a joke.
It is a joke. That was the point.
No, I didn't think like he was actually like a wrestler. I thought they were just joking about him looking like one.
That was the oh my lord.
Well,
right
like
over your
talk
head,
about
Glen.
booger or like no, Quicksilver's like a booger, blah blah blah, and he's like, yeah.
He's a booger.
I don't know. He was getting roasted by Quicksilver, so I thought he just got roasted by Wanda too, and then he turned around and was like, but you like Mexican wrestlers. By the way, we learned something about Wanda we didn't need to know.
Yeah, Wanda likes Mexican wrestlers. Now we know.
Also, I like how Wanda's costume was a Sokovian fortune teller.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Very nice, very nice.
But they never explained Quicksilver's costume.
Nope, don't need to.
Nope, yeah, I'm just fast. Lightning bolt.
The yoinking of the candy
was
the
fastest corpse alive. Jesus Christ. Oh
but
my
yeah,
god.
Want to see me hit rigor mortis? Want to see me do it again?
It's the SpongeBob equivalent. But to answer Glen's question, Tommy is Speed. Yes, that's his actual name. Don't flame Marvel. Literally his name in when he eventually.
Well, I mean, they didn't do too bad. I mean, look what DC did. They named someone Speed. So.
No, they named him Kid Flash. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, Kid Flash with Speed. Yeah.
Ooh, we're thinking with portals now.
Yeah, we're using all the words. Yeah.
Yeah, Speed and Wiccan.
Yeah,
Wiccan and Speed.
I say Wiccan.
Wait, isn't Wiccan like a female witch thing? I thought it was. Oh, no. Am I being the sexist?
I just want to know when Wanda's gonna get the Scarlet Witch title.
I'm still waiting for that.
Because is Peter ever in the X-Men films? Was he ever called Quicksilver? I know we just watched Apocalypse today.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah.
Honestly,
sure
I've blocked out most of it from my. It may have been a code name. They may have dropped it once or twice, and probably in Apocalypse would be most likely. Definitely not in Dark Phoenix. But I could see they dropped it once or twice. You know, at the beginning, is it first class where they get all their names?
Where they start naming people, yeah, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
he
first
wasn't
class.
there. He wasn't there.
there.
So I feel like he has the name Quicksilver.
First class makes me cringe because they killed an unkillable character, but that's not what we're talking about.
Facts. It's fine. It's fine.
You know who I'm
Don't worry
talking
about it.
Okay, I just have a theory. What if Vision just goes zzz to Peter, and Peter goes, "Where am I? Where's the X-Men? Who are you?"
Who are you, people?
Pietro? Pietro? No, it's Peter. What are you talking about?
Well,
Peter.
We don't know what Vision's mind state's gonna be after getting.
Oh,
torn
he
up a
might
bit.
not even remember
He might
anything.
be factory reset.
Factory reset.
He could
How many
be.
computer jokes can we make about Vision before this episode ends?
I don't know. I'll get it done though. I'm gonna chip off the whole plot.
I could see it's so weird because we don't know how this ends, obviously. But
Yeah.
going into Multiverse of Madness, it's really hard to not see this end the worst way possible.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want Pietro to be gone by the end of the show. I want him to stick around so we can see him in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I would like to have Evan Peters Quicksilver stay. I don't want them to write him off just for. I don't want them to write him off, and Glen will like this joke. I don't want them to write him off for the $71.3 billion cameo that he is right now. He's the first one since the acquisition that's physically there. So right now he costs $71.3 billion.
What if he just becomes the new, literally recast?
He just becomes
What if he's
Quicksilver.
just-
I'd be fine with that. I'll take
that
him.
would mess Hawkeye up.
Yeah, he comes back. This is Quicksilver. No, it's not. Don't.
Yeah, Hawkeye's like,
This is
no,
not Pietro. What are you
he
talking
took a
about?
bullet from me. Who are you? Starts
It's not my
threatening him.
Quicksilver. Is it like, oh, what just
Yeah.
happened? That's not my whatchamacallit.
What if he hits Hawkeye with he says, "Hey, didn't see that coming," and then Hawkeye just snaps. We've seen Hawkeye. He's changed now. He's darker now. Like he's got his family back. He's he went down the road you can't go back from.
He's seen some shit.
He's
Yeah,
done
he's done
some.
he's been a bad mamma jamma.
Dude, you know what I'm wondering? You know how you said how they team up, that like Avengers and X-Men team up to
Yes,
kill.
that's how
You know
they.
what I'm wondering? What
on
if
it.
because something similar in the comics like happened with Hulk, you know, where the Avengers decided Hulk was a threat, you know? What if Hulk empathizes with Scarlet Witch, how she's seen as a monster, and Banner loses control of him again? Because the only reason why Banner was able to take over is because Hulk, got his ego hurt and would refuse to do anything. And then Banner got control over the years because Hulk wouldn't do anything. But what if a monster sympathizes with a monster? And if they try to go down that route, is it gonna turn into like, you know how it's the future Avengers, that the animated movie where it's like they're kids and it's like apocalyptic? What if that goes down? Like, what if there's an apocalypse scenario where everything bad that can happen will happen?
My thing is like, what if Wanda breaks the Hulk?
What if she takes over the Hulk?
Oh no. We saw what happened in Age of Ultron when that happened.
Yeah. Like, and now that she's this powerful, she could probably do a lot better than just making them mad. But I think Wanda's gonna break, because I think she's pushing her powers too far. Like, like she's pushing powers past her own comprehension of her own powers.
Yeah, like wherever she is, I'm saying wherever the main scene is, everyone there she can control. But as farther you go, like how you get past, like closer as Ellis Street, which
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out because Ellis is a name in Marvel, but
It
it's
was
very
the president.
Yeah,
It was the president's name, yeah.
It was the president's in this one, and also it was Ellis was a name of one of the like Iron Man first comics that wasn't like it has nothing to do with Vision or Wanda, so I think it has to be just the president that was during Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Iron Man 3.
Wait.
Yeah.
She told her kids never to go near Ellis.
Yep.
That's because
But-
that was the end of the
Yeah, but
text.
they gotta go get Vision.
Well,
Are the kids gonna
I-
come with her?
I
they
think
got
she'll just
plenty of room.
send. She'll probably just send Peter.
Peter, go pick up
But
your.
then you're gonna
arrow.
lose. You're gonna lose control on Peter too, because just because she expanded it, it's still the same distance from her. It's still like past that's gonna be even less control, but it's still far from her.
Do you think we're gonna get a circus episode?
I don't
Honestly,
know,
they have a huge
maybe.
circus. Yeah, probably.
Take
I'll
the
send
kids
it
to the
to her.
circus. Oh my god! What
What?
if there's like an accident at the circus, and it causes like a PTSD flashback for her again? Like what if someone falls and looks like Pietro lying there?
Oh
Like,
God.
What if she's like because she's gonna lose it even more now. She's like I said, she's pushing herself too far. Like she's an egg with too many cracks as it is.
Basically, yeah.
Like what? Everyone's feeling her pain in the city, basically.
That's why they want out. Because she's just straight up controlling them.
Okay, wait. I have a question. Is Herb like there? Because he like asked her like, "Do you need me to do anything?"
It's because they're like on a show.
No, I know, but like,
It's the same thing with Agnes because
yeah, with Agnes.
I think
Yeah,
they
it's
need.
kinda
I
like the
think
same
they low key are trying to keep her happy, because when she gets angry, I think they're worried about their own well being.
But why
Yeah.
does Herb know?
Because remember when she was talking with Agnes, like they're like we're they're gonna say like trapped in here, but they decided not to, because just because they tell Vision, I think they're worried about repercussion. Because you saw how mad she got with Rambo when Rambo mentioned anything outside of what Wanda wanted in the
The little
universe. She
bubble.
said, "Oh yeah, Ultron killed him." You saw how mad she got? She shot her out at Mach 12, man. Like
She broke all four walls.
Yeah, I think they're just very scared. So they're just like they want to get out there alive. So they're like a happy Wanda's and a live us. So that's why they're always like, you need me to do something?
I don't know. I just think it's weird that Herb kind of knows, and so is Agnes. But then, like Norm, he has to be taken out of the trance to be talked to. So, I don't know. It's just interesting. Like, why does Herb know? Like, is he part of this whole like Agatha Harkness like group?
Could be.
I mean, Agnes was choosing to talk to him, so maybe.
Yeah.
Like out of everybody in the neighborhood she could have chose, she's talking to him for some reason.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
both Wanda's neighbors.
What if he's Ralph?
I don't think he's Ralph. What if Ralph is the missing person? Is also Vision.
No, I like the skin suit.
I say he's also Vision.
How would that work?
He's all three. Missing person, Ralph, and Vision. That's why we never
Now
see
you're
him.
just talking. If you're gonna say someone's three people in a thing, we just said people. Now you're just getting out of control here in our multi-universe made-up area. There's certain lines we can't cross. There's no way people can be multiple people. That's why Pietro looks exactly like he did before.
I want Aaron Taylor Johnson's Pietro back.
Dude, in the flashback, Joey pointed out it's normal Pietro. So
Yeah, on the
either-
last
either
time on
one,
WandaVision.
they didn't want to reshoot the scene, or two, it's even more confirming that the multiverse.
I think this is just hard hinting multiverse because we know multiverse the multiverse ties directly into this.
Yeah, and Spider-Man 3.
Just came from the Mind Stone, but this feels so Reality Stone. Like,
Yeah.
it's so straight. Like her powers were activated by Mind Stone, but like she's literally doing like matter manipulation stuff. That feels so, and her energy's red, just like the Reality Stone. Like it feels so Reality Stone, and it's crazy to me because even isn't Captain Marvel's energy like similar to Infinity Stones too?
Yeah, she's Tesseract.
Yeah, so hers is straight power. It makes sense, But like with Wanda's, she came because of the Mind Stone. But God, and
But she has
it was
really-
very interesting because she was like Nightmare Lady, ooh spooky. But man, is it starting to feel a lot like Reality Stone.
Ooh, spooky.
Well, yeah, she's always like, I touch your head, you have nightmare. Ooh. But now she's
Yeah.
like, oh, I changed your Kevlar vest into a Kevlar disco outfit. Yes, Mind Stone. Like that feels so Reality Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can she tap into any stone power she wants? Is that's what her power is? But the stones don't exist anymore, so never mind. That doesn't make sense.
The real question is, when she got punched, when Thanos took the stone out, what stone was it?
Who?
Captain Marvel?
Scarlet Witch. No,
Scarlet Witch-
Captain Marvel got punched, yeah?
Yeah, Captain Marvel
That
got
was
punched with the Power
purple
Stone.
one, the power, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you mean when she got haymakered and people are like, she could still win, and she asleep in the corner, knocked out.
But it's really, yeah, I know how Glen's saying that she got powers from the Mind Stone, but she's really just like,
Warping
It's like,
reality.
it's so Reality Stone.
yeah, warping reality, yeah.
Like, I don't remember
But at the same time,
Mind Stone doing that.
In the
Mhm.
House of M, she created a whole area on everyone's, like, what they wanted, if that makes sense.
Well, I heard like in House of M, she literally reset reality and like gave everyone the lives they wanted.
Literally, everyone got theirs everyone got what they wanted. Like, I think at the time, mutants were seen as normal compared to people who are non-mutants.
Yep.
Spider-Man specifically married Gwen Stacy.
Had a kid. Uncle Ben was still alive.
Ben was
And
still
he wasn't
alive.
just on the
Yeah,
front of a rice package either. Uncle Ben's rice.
yeah. Spider-Man is a celebrity married to Gwen Stacy. Cyclops and Emma Frost married Doctor Strange, a psychologist. Carol Danvers is still Captain Marvel, America's most beloved superhero. Gambit's a criminal. Steve Rogers got old. Yeah.
Wait, what? Gambit didn't want to be a criminal. Why would Gambit be a criminal?
In X-Men during this time, Gambit was looked at more of an anti-hero, where really he should have been a criminal, but because he was doing the right thing at the right time, not the wrong thing at the right time. Yeah.
I don't know. I like Gambit. I think that's messed up. I would, because I like the tease of Gambit and Rogue's love story. You know?
Yeah, that's yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of messed up that they made him a criminal.
It was
I'm
only House
just-
of M. It was only for a little bit. Don't worry about it.
So back to WandaVision.
It's all connected. Don't worry.
It's all connected. Every movie and every story of comics is now connected. Trying to think if there's anything else that really happened in the episode. I mean, I think
I have a question.
yeah. What's your question?
When she's like, "Okay, my guy's got the thing, so we can go inside again safely."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but when they were drawing up the plan, she's like, "Yeah, I just need like a blah 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 carbon thick like tank basically to get in there."
Yeah.
This man's this man just got one in his back pocket. Like what's gonna let her go in safely? There's no way they just made like a reinforced like tank thing to go in there, right? In like an hour.
A day.
Yeah, like a day. Like there's no way. So like what kind of crazy technology are we about to see? That's what I'm wondering.
It's harder that this is Reed Richards.
Yeah, like,
Right?
it's got to be a genius, man. Like,
I personally, for me, I think what I want it to be Reed Richards, but I want the physical words to be uttered. I want like the black SUV to come strolling out, just this guy in his suit, just opens up the back door and says, "Are you blah blah?" And she opens up and there's like a post-it note saying, "Here you go, RR." That's all I want.
yeah, it has.
You don't even
It's
want
Because
you don't
he
want
was
him showing
I
up.
don't
working
need
on
to
it.
know who is playing Reed Richards. I don't need to know that. I have my opinions on who I want. I trust
Yeah.
Marvel for this.
Okay,
'cause
who do you want? Because I think we all agree who we want is Reed Richards.
Yeah, probably.
Danny DeVito.
No, sorry.
Dude, it has to be him though, because he's the only one that be working on something that could touch like the space energy crap.
Yeah,
Because that's what his ship's gonna be covered in.
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, no, there's no. Is it Reed Richards? It has to be. If it's not him, we boycott.
We're not gonna
Right,
boycott.
that's what we do.
Because the only other person who'd have stuff like that would be one,
Tony.
Tony,
Hank.
or two, well, Nah, I don't think.
No, it
It's
wouldn't
more
be anything
quantum
like
stuff.
Oh yeah, he's more quantum.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It would be or it would be something like the only people who were like on Tony's level was the Wakandans, because magic space rock give us good technology.
True.
So like, would they be the only ones who could even like make something like that?
I mean,
Even
dude,
then,
he
it's
made
still,
it so quick
I
though.
think with everything going behind the scenes for the next Black Panther, it seems way too early that they had all this together enough to have Wakanda
Mhm.
play a
Are
part
they
in this.
are they gonna use this as an excuse to kill off Black Panther now that he can't?
I heard that might happen in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, because they're gonna need something.
But okay, let's say whoever is this aerospace engineer, we're gonna see him in the next episode, and we think it's Reed Richards. Who do you want to play him?
I wouldn't mind if it's the original guy from the Fantastic Four.
I don't want the
John.
original guy.
I just want John Krasinski.
How's
Everybody
that gonna
wants
happen?
John. Yes, everybody wants John
What do
Krasinski.
you guys have
That's
against
impossible.
the original guy? Wait, no, back
Oh,
up.
he's already in the show. Never mind.
He's
What do you
already in the
guys
show.
have-
John Krasinski's in the show already. He's playing Jimmy
Yeah.
No, I want the original guy.
Woo.
What's wrong with the guy
Oh,
from
I
Fantastic
hate
Four?
all of you. Jim Halper, get it right. God.
I'm sorry.
What?
We need Dwight Schrute in this room right
Dude,
now.
Wait. What is your issue with the original guy? I'm looking at you.
So I don't mind him as acting, but if we're gonna take parts of X-Men, like we're gonna take Evan Peters' Quicksilver, and we're gonna take this over here. I think was it last week? I was talking to Joy. I want like either old Magneto or old Professor X or young
with-
Magneto. I want the opposite of them.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick one of the original 4, like or 5 X-Men, like the Von Doom, this Invisible Woman, that I would much rather have Michael Chiklis as the Thing and have a new Reed Richards.
¿Por qué no los dos?
You can have 2, but I think especially you have to choose one of everything. That makes sense. You can't have. I'm trying to imagine this next.
Who cares who plays the Thing? It's all makeup anyways. Give me back the original stretchy boy.
Why do you want him back?
Are you okay? Say you don't mind his acting? You don't mind his acting?
I don't mind his acting. I'm just
the Thing's acting, huh? The voice?
Oh, the Thing was amazing.
Is that you just want his voice?
Dude, the acting, it was portrayed through the makeup.
The acting's portrayed from when Mr. Fantastic was iced up. Only a true talented actor can show pain while frozen solid.
The thing is, like, you have to. My thing is, Marvel is picking very specific things because the multiverse, as we already know, is basically real. We don't have to really discuss it. Like, we know that. But they have to, everything that they've acquired, they have to pick one thing they want to use. As soon as they pick 2 of the same thing, like if they went Days of Future Past and they picked Professor X and Quicksilver, they would have to write them as new characters but same actors. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
If they pick one thing, they can keep that continuity from their whole universe.
I never thought I'd wish this upon anybody, but I hope they bring back the Thing from the reboot.
From the reboot?
I honestly, I never watched the reboot.
Don't.
Fan Four Stick?
No, when they redid the Fantastic Four?
Fan Four Stick?
Four Stick? What the fuck is
That's how it's written.
Oh my god.
The 2015
Fan Four Stick.
You don't want to.
cast.
You don't want to look at the Thing.
No, Jamie Bell was the Grim. Yeah, Jamie Bell was the Grim in Fantastic Four. Yeah. That's who played him.
I have a theory on why Pietro's there. I know he says he heard Wanda call for him, so that's why he's there. I think either Xavier sent him there from the other universe, so we'd get young Xavier, or Doctor Strange is already dealing with some multiverse stuff and just said, hey, here's a briefing of what's going on. Go over there now.
Yeah, we're like, hold on, we need someone from the outside to shake things up. We're gonna bring it in here.
Well, Xavier can't send people back. It's Kitty that can. Like Kitty
Yeah,
has the
Kitty
power
probably
to send
can.
people back in time, so maybe she would be able to send them. But Xavier doesn't have that ability.
Yeah, but also, yeah, Kitty probably can send people back in time. She can't send people to different multiverses.
Yeah. That's the only thing. So it's like
So it would have to
how
be Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange would have had to open the little wormhole, just throw out the bait hook, just dangle him in like a carrot, like a bunny.
Well, he
carrot
said
on a stick.
when Iron Man goes, "What do you do?" He's like, "I protect your reality." So Wanda's messing with the reality, so it would make sense if Doctor Strange has to step in,
Yeah, put his foot in the door.
put
Yeah,
his messed up hands in the door because now he doesn't have the time stone to fix them.
alligator hands. Yeah, I could see that. I would like to think this is I would like to say that he's from the original series that he's in, and he crossed the multiverse through Doctor Strange into this one.
Well, I don't think they would bring in Evan Peters if it was not the multiverse Quicksilver.
Yeah,
I don't think Kevin Feige would do
But
that.
they don't want to pay that much just for no reason.
$71.3 billion cameo.
Well, like they're doing the multiverse of madness. I think it would be a mistake if they didn't just bring him in right now and be like, "This is the beginning of the multiverse. Get ready. You think this is crazy? Wait for Doctor Strange too." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how else they could explain it. I don't want it to be Mephisto. I don't want him to be the villain.
I think though for Doctor Strange, like wouldn't this be the least of his worries so far? Because the Time Stone was used as like a threat, like like Cold War tactic to keep people from messing with this reality. But now that it's gone, like that was
He's
the only
working
thing
double
stopped.
time.
Yeah, that he has to work double time to try to make things like strengthened against threats because the Time Stone was keeping Dormammu at bay because he could have just time looped him every time he tried something, so he made a deal with him. Once like people are gonna start figuring out that the Infinity Stones are gone, and then Doctor Strange is gonna have his plate full. So maybe that's why he shoved Quicksilver over there because he doesn't have he has to look into it, but he doesn't have time to do it himself.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't called anyone over yet. I'm surprised Sword hasn't gone like, "Hey, we need an Avenger here right now to take care of this."
There aren't any Avengers.
No, I know they're Avengers.
No, there aren't any.
Oh, well,
After Endgame, they pulled the Avengers one. They all went their separate ways. There's no more Avengers because there's no more Shield.
they're still heroes.
Yeah, but they're not gonna call anyone. It's the American government. They're not gonna ask for help.
And Tony's not around to create the new Avengers.
Yeah, there's no one around to start it up again. Like everyone is on their own paths now. There's not like, oh shit, something's happening here. Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
let me.
they're not organized
free.
anymore. They're not organized enough anymore.
Yeah, all
And
the people who were
a
the
lot of them
original
are
ones
gone.
all gone. Have all
Like-
gone their separate ways or have died or X, Y, and Z.
Spider got splatted. Thor went to space. Like
I would like to think the reason why we're getting the multiverse is because the time stone isn't there to keep keep the original quote unquote time stream on its route.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would like to think is why we're getting multiverse is because
see that messed me up though. The whole time stream thing because we just said like if they do merge together, like then there would be repercussions for Kitty's power, because she changed the president instead of creating a new timeline. But then in this MC universe, it's you just create a new timeline, like it branches off. But in Kitty's, it was like relative. You change something in the past, it changes in the future instead of just branching off to something new. So I don't know if they're just going to gloss over that and ignore it, or they're going to keep the rules of.
Well, maybe in different
Yeah, so
universes, time travel works differently.
It could be what he just said, like the time stone is the reason why it was like so linear and branchy. And now that
plus
it's gone.
also we don't know what was happening in the Marvel in the other side of the comics for the Days of Future Past timeline, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
Like obviously we know all the characters are technically in that Earth, but they're also not the superheroes because you obviously can't because you didn't own everyone. But I think it's easier to assume that the MCU timeline was quote unquote safe until Endgame when all of the stones were gone. And yes, the stones were put back to where they're supposed to be, but also that's very up in the air.
Also, we can have Deadpool because it's canon that he's in the same universe as Quicksilver, and Quicksilver's here now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we see that coming. And
Yeah.
Deadpool 3 is going to be in the MCU, so it was
I still
happening
want
sooner than later.
Just I want a normal Deadpool movie, but every swearing is down to PG-13, and he tries to go off, and like I'm talking go off, like every word Ryan Reynolds could think of on the spot, but they're all the PG-13 versions. So where he just stops and goes, "Okay, you know what? This effing sucks," and then that effing is going to be what slips through, and you just could look at the camera and be like, "The editor didn't do it right."
Yeah, overall though, I think this show, like I said every time, keeps getting better with each episode, and this one just leaves me with so many more questions. Especially
Same.
about Pietro and the X-Men. And like, is he? Is he not? Like, what's going on with him? Is Vision reset? Obviously, we'll probably get all this shit answered next week.
Or the week after.
Or the week after, because we have, 3 episodes left? Yeah, this
Is it
is
9?
episode 6. It's 9 episodes.
Yeah.
So, we're coming up on the end. Like, it feels like it's such a long show. It's like, shit, like, if the episodes were just a little bit longer.
Yeah, if the episodes were a little bit longer, we'd have a little bit more.
Or if the end credits were a little bit shorter.
Dude,
Right?
the end credits are so long.
I don't
For
know
no
why they're
reason.
so long.
They're like 7-minute end credits. I don't know why.
Wants to be like old TV.
But I don't know. I hope
I wonder how many Easter eggs are in the credits.
there's not much. The
There's not a
end
lot in
credits
credits.
don't really have, like, it's just like
That's
two
what they
wedding
want you to think.
bands,
That's
their
what they want you to think.
head pieces.
That
And...
one of these end credits is gonna have something in it.
Yeah, wait. What if there was something in this end credits and we just didn't watch it?
You
I
know,
never
they-
watched the end credits.
Yeah, they want you to just like be like.
The
"Oh my
internet will
God."
tell me if I need to watch the end credits. That's how I do it.
But okay, guys, I think that's all we have to say about this week's episode of WandaVision. It's probably our longest discussion we've had yet, but let us know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below. And who do you think is going to be showing up as this aerospace engineer that's Monica's friend? Let us know, and we will see you next week for episode 7 of WandaVision. Also, Teammate Bit.
Yeah, buy your shirts.
Buy
Buy the
that
merch.
merch.